In China, visiting relatives before Chinese New Year isn't optional. 7 families, all in one day, chat for 30 minutes, gifts for each one, and how it works. Oh. 来，哥，那我的不行，我得给他们。Hello everyone, I'm Miao. Welcome to my video. Look at my car. Fully loaded. Today I have a mission impossible. I need to visit 7 relatives in Beijing suburb, all in one day. We are not staying for dinner, just drop the gift and chat for 30 minutes, maybe less, and went to the next house. This is Chinese New Year social system. Let me show you how it works today. And I will explain more when we're in car. So follow me. You may wonder why the rush. An important fact is we are not close. We see each other once a year. But in China, visiting relatives before Chinese New Year is a crucial social ritual. It's not about deep conversations. It's about respect and maintaining connections. It's about showing up. Here's my backstory. My family is quite simple, just me and my mom. So on New Year's Eve, I will be with her, no stress at all. But on my husband's side, it's a quite different story. Normally, in normal days, we enjoy the small family. But my husband actually has a huge extended family. I'm talking about 4 aunts on his father's side and 3 aunts on his mom's side. Yeah, a really big family. They all live in Huairou, the suburb of Beijing, and we see them once a year, before Chinese New Year, before Spring Festival. We are not close, but we have to visit them. It's a kind of Spring Festival etiquette. So today, I have 2 goals in my video. First, to show you my extreme time management skills. Can I actually survive visiting 7 families in one day? Second, I'd like to show you a completely different side of Beijing. No skyscrapers, no ancient history, just the real rural life of Beijing. So what do the houses look like? How do people live there? Stay tuned, I will tell you more. See, now we are in Huairou District. It's about 70 kilometers from downtown Beijing, and actually it's well developed. It's famous for holding the APEC summit, and there is one attraction very famous in this district. The Mutianyu Great Wall is in Huairou District, in this area. You know, when you think about Beijing, you always picture skyscrapers, crazy traffic, and the Forbidden City. But what if I told you there's a completely different hidden side of Beijing? Today, I'm taking you out of the concrete jungle and into a traditional Chinese village courtyard. See, the road is also very wide. That's the typical thing of China. You know, we like to build the wide road. Also have some apartment building. Not all of the village is the farmhouse. Also have some tall buildings, but not allowed. We arrived, Auntie number 1. This is her apartment. Here's a very interesting fact, that the young people in countryside of Beijing, they don't like the traditional courtyard. In fact, they prefer the modern apartment. So my auntie moved into this apartment too, to help take care of her grandson. So not every rural home in countryside is a farmhouse. Some of them are the apartment buildings. So yeah, first I will take the gift. That's the gift for my niece or nephew. I can't remember. And one box of the egg, too many. Oh, 7 pieces of egg, 7 pieces of fruit, and some nuts. That's the box of nuts. And oh, this one. Oh, because my husband bought them, so I don't know what exactly. So I'm wrong. No fruit, just 1 box of egg, 1 box of milk, and 1 box of nuts. Yeah, wow. If you visit Beijing, China, during Spring Festival, you can see the supermarket are all of these red boxes. Yeah, that's the gift. Okay, let's go. Since I'm not that close with this aunt, I didn't feel comfortable filming inside. But stay tuned. The next few stops will have plenty of indoor scenes with the rest of the family. Okay, I stayed about 20 minutes. So yeah, perfect time. Let's go to the auntie number 2. My auntie number 2, she is living in the rural area. No apartment buildings, only house. You cannot believe it, but we are lost. We've been here driving round and round. We cannot find our auntie number 2's house. And they don't have, because they are elderly people, they don't know how to send the location to us. So yeah, we have to find her house, follow our memory, but none of this thing can recall our memory. Yeah, we are still trying. What you see now is a typical rural residential compound. Okay, again. 1 egg. What this? The nuts. And oh, the milk. Three boxes. Oh. 别叫了。你俩忙不着的。
没变样儿，我这家还这样儿，
还这样，没老虎没，压根儿没老虎。
哟，这小狗真厉害，真厉害，真厉害。
行了，
行了，大爷，拜拜，
拜拜。
Okay, auntie number 2, about 15 minutes. So yeah, next one, auntie number 3. Another village. Oh. It's the traditional village of Beijing. Quite organized, in fact. Okay, next one, the same. Oh, the same. Oh, 是这儿吗？哦，是。哇塞，舅妈，我都不认识了，这装修的也太好了！我的天，舅妈，哟，小事儿，哇塞，哎呦喂，太好了！我天啊，真的。
3月4月份盖的吧？哦，不到1年吧。
哇塞！ 哇塞！哦，租的哦，幸好没进去。哇！哇！哦，
我姐是。
啊，行，走了啊！哎，什么？哎。Yeah, the Auntie number 3. Yeah, completed. And look at their house, the new building. Well, they rebuilt it totally last year. So large. Wow, that's so great. You know, the Beijing suburb is very rich nowadays. And yeah, it's not 12 o'clock. So we have to eat some lunch and at one of our auntie's house because we are quite closer to this auntie's family. So we will eat lunch together. Auntie number 4, and we will have lunch at her house. Almost forgot. Her family has a kid. This one, the car for my nephew. Okay, let's go. 哎呀，哇塞！哎，老姨夫，来，哟，三姑也回来了。来，哥，呀，这哥跟你长得真像啊！啊，真像啊！
那还是这样。
来，呀，你怎么知道是给你的？你谢给我了吗？二姑，啊，老姑，啊，三姑，啊，老姑。All of my husband's aunts from his father's side have gathered together to wait for us, which saves us from having to visit each of their houses one by one. It's a bit of tradition every time we come back. They prepare a massive family lunch for us to all sit down and eat together. They know making dough from scratch isn't our specialty, so they always treat us to a Chinese classic, meat pancake. We call it 肉饼. It's crispy, juicy, and honestly, nothing beats a homemade one. Wow, just look at this crispy golden brown crust. My mouth is watering. Do you want to have the whole view from above? Let's go upstairs. Yo. This is the vegetable garden of my auntie. Check out this view. You will never see this in downtown Beijing. It still feels very traditional. Neighbors all know each other. The community is tight-knit. In the city, we barely know who lives next door. You know, originally, all these houses are one floor, flat house. But, people get rich in the suburb. And they all built the second floor houses like this. But that is only in the rural of Beijing. Beijing's rural developed very fast. But I think in other provinces of China, maybe their rural area developed not so fast, not very rich. But here in Beijing, great. Just like, the last house I visited, my auntie number 3's house. Have you looked at that? Wow. 3 floors. Yeah. Aunties stay together. So, 阿姑这是给那个叫啥呀？啊，给小孩的，给妹妹的，不是就是那个哥哥妹妹的。对。Wow. Wait, one last thing. I almost missed a major tradition. Now it's the Lunar New Year. Giving out red envelopes to the kids is a must. 拜拜。走了。啊。 这儿啊好。
我先上一把到。
My 3 aunts, they gathered together and we have the lunch together. So it's save our effort. You know, we don't have to visit 3 families. We just drop the gifts for all of them. Yeah, the 3 gifts. And next one, yeah, now it's 3 o'clock. And the next one, we are heading to the last auntie's house. And after her house, we can go back to the downtown. Go back to my home. Yeah. Okay, let's go. Last one. Let's go. This is the elderly, the oldest auntie of us. See, empty. This is also the apartment, because this is the center area of this district. 开着门。大姨夫，大姨睡觉呢。哎，大姨夫。Mission accomplished. 7 houses, 7 relatives, and 7 gifts delivered. And I'm exhausted but happy because I did my duty and I showed my respect and maintaining the connections. Yeah, although once a year, but you know, I think I like my aunties. Yeah, even though we're not close. And what do you think about this Spring Festival tradition? Is family gathering stressful or relaxing in your country? What do you think about? Tell me in the comment. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel if you like my videos. See you next video. Bye bye.